Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here, and we are building a Hamptons mansion. I'm excited for this speed build. I always say I'm excited for this speed build, but the truth is I'm always excited to share speed builds with you guys because they take a long time to complete, and it's just so nice reading the comments from you guys like that are positive or constructive, and it's just a feel good time. So anyways, we're starting off by creating a driveway and also a natural pond in the center of the driveway. So that's what we're doing right now. And then we'll start building. But this house, this mansion, this Hamptons mansion took a very long time. I don't know if this will be 2 or 3 parts. I'm hoping 2 parts, but it could be 3. So if you guys are into the speed builds, get ready. There's going to be a lot of furnishing because this bad boy takes a very long time to finish. That is for sure. And I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, but my oven's on because I'm currently cooking dinner. I'm having some roast vegetables. I've got roast potato, roast sweet potato. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put the capsicum in. Dang. And then, yeah, potato, sweet potato. What else do I have in there? Oh, roast carrot. And then I'm just going to have some steamed broccoli and beans, which is currently boiling. So if you hear something boil over or some weird sounds in the background, that's what it is. But anyways, if you guys don't know about the Hamptons are in the USA. It's on a lot of popular TV shows such as Revenge. And when I was actually sharing some sneak peek images of this speed build on Twitter, a lot of you guys were like, oh, it's reminding me of Revenge. So I really liked getting those tweets because I did go through a Revenge stage when I watched Revenge and I really liked it. But then I kind of got over it. I don't know. Do you guys still watch Revenge? I don't know. I just got past it for some reason. But you know, that happens. And one thing we definitely needed was a big pool. And one thing I've noticed, not that I've ever been to the Hamptons, but through pictures and, TV, it seems like a lot of the properties are very big and are made up of a lot of just like perfectly green mowed lawns. Like crazy, like acres of just grass. It's like cool, I guess. So usually I'm pretty choco-block with my landscaping. I like to make it look very natural, very organic. But for this one, we actually have a very manicured garden with a lot of grassy space. And that's why I did that. We are also just doing some terrain paint around the pool with kind of rocks because I felt like a lot of the pools in the Hamptons can be surrounded by grass. I don't know. I just thought it suited it. And the Hamptons in the US, I think it's not that far from New York. Am I right about that? East Coast? I don't know, because why I think that? I think that because I watch Sex and the City. And on Sex and the City, they go for a trip to the Hamptons and they can drive there from New York. So I'm guessing. But this house is huge. This house is going to have 8 bedrooms. It is 8 bedrooms, okay? So you can have no Sims sharing a bedroom. They can all have an individual bedroom. It's going to have obviously a pool house. There is a lovely kitchen, a breakfast dining area, a formal dining area, a breakfast lounge, a casual lounge, a formal lounge, a gym, a rumpus room, and like a secondary lounge, like another one. Then we're going to have hot tub, outdoor chef kitchen, and quite a large master suite with like 2 walk-in wardrobes and a bathroom, 2 balconies, and a Romeo and Juliet balcony. You'll get what I mean once we get to it. But another thing that really characterizes a lot of the homes that I was looking up in the Hamptons is this kind of roofing, this kind of semi-peaked arch roofing, if that is an okay description. But if you look up Hamptons architecture right now, all Hamptons houses, you'll probably see quite a few with this kind of roof style. So I was quite happy to be able to recreate it in The Sims. One thing I would have liked was some kind of hexagonal, octagonal roofing to make a really cool gazebo, or, you know, kind of a part of the house coming off, which would have been really cool. And yeah, just trying to figure out what to paint this house in, what the wallpaper should be. We didn't really have any of the typical, what'd you call it? Not shackling. Ooh, I don't know what it's called, but it's the old school kind of really old cottagey timber outside of houses. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's called shackle or I don't know. Shamble, shackle, shimble. I don't know. I heard none of those words I just said then actually mean anything. Because, yeah. But anyways, so we don't have that in the Sims game, which I was actually quite surprised by, because I'm pretty sure we've had that kind of wall texture in every Sims title. So I just decided to go with a newer Hamptons look. So maybe either an old house had been renovated, or a new house had been built in kind of an old style. And you can really see this house is getting huge. Like, this is a big house, okay? There's lots of columns too. Another iconic part of Hampton's classic architecture seems to be a lot of white, red, and blues, like deep blues. So I don't know. I could be making up stuff here. I don't know the history of the Hamptons, but I'm just going by popular culture and what I've seen online. So I'm just an Aussie. I don't know. I've never been there. So nobody who lives in the Hamptons get angry at me if I'm wrong. Over here, we're working on the master bedroom suite. So we're just kind of putting that roofing over there. And, you know, I wanted to create the illusion of a fireplace sticking out, but it just kept going through the roofing and it just looked bad, to be honest. So we get rid of it. And that is actually the entrance of the house where we have currently placed the columns there near the driveway. And then there is a second entrance to the home, which is straight into a nice gym area, quite a large gym. So that's the other face where we'll also pop some columns. There's a lot of greenery on this house as well. There's lots of vines and pretty looking stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I think all around it's quite a nice house. And I would probably like to stay in it temporarily, but if I actually lived here, I'd get way too scared because it's so big. I've said this before, I would just not like to live in a big house. I've got to check that my veggies aren't boiling over. 1 second, you guys. Just keep watching. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, I'm back, and the veggies are done. So lucky I checked, because then they would have been overcooked. And if you've ever had overcooked boiled vegetables, it is gross. But also, good news. I am like yelling into my microphone because I'm so excited that I am now a partner on Twitch, which means I will be streaming lots. So I'm going to put together, I think I'll put together a stream schedule, I think. Yeah, I think I will. I'm a little bit wary when I do schedules, because if you've been on this channel for a long time, you'll know that I am terrible with schedules. Whenever I try and do a Christmas schedule or something like that, I just struggle. So I do actually follow a schedule that I started this year. I'm saying that with quotation marks with my hands. And that schedule I'm not sharing with you guys yet until I know I can follow it. But I feel like streaming is something that I really do need to let you guys know in advance, because obviously live streaming, the purpose of it is to actually be there as I'm playing. That's hence why it's called live. And of course, I'll always upload it onto YouTube afterwards. But if you guys want to be there live in the chat, giving feedback, enjoying the vibe of everyone being there, then I need to let you guys know in advance. So I think I'm just going to have to really suck it up and try and get a schedule to you guys. So hopefully I can sort that out for you, and it should be a hoot and a half. Streaming I have not done until now because I needed better internet. Australia's internet is getting better, but a lot of people actually have to move locations to actually get to internet that is decent enough to stream, and that was my problem. So now I've moved. Yeah. We are creating a gorgeous, gorgeous patio area out here where we're going to have the outdoor kitchen, and we're also going to have a really nice outdoor dining area just near the pool there. And it's also quite easily accessible from the formal dining room. So that's good. So we've just kind of gridded up the top section, and then we're placing all of these kind of foliage and plants on top, so it's looking really green. And this house is going to have a lot of vines going up the walls. So in the Sims 4 get together, we were really lucky to get a lot of these vines to put on walls, and they just look fantastic. I love them. I didn't think we would get those kind of viney wall plants decor. Wall plants? Vines. Let's just stick to vines. Oh, Deli. For a long time, I thought we'd be waiting a while. I wasn't expecting them. So when we did get them, I was like, oh, yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Sims. So, yeah. The windows we're going to go with in this build are going to be pretty traditional. I tried to use traditional ones that were as big as possible. We're also using all expansion packs in this build just because it was such a big build. I wanted to have all the items available to use. I didn't want to be restricted because it's already difficult enough to furnish already. Can't speak. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking, can you please do a base game only build soon? And I will. I think we're getting to the point now where there's quite a few stuff packs and a couple of expansions and game packs. So I think it's kind of a good idea to do some base game builds just because obviously not everyone's going to have more than the base game. So, which is fair enough. We were I love all these little windows. And there's an attic. There's a really big attic in this house. So you could come up with some really interesting storylines for who lives up in the attic. I don't think I put a staircase up to the attic yet, actually. Did I put a staircase? I'll have to watch out for that and see if we have. But yeah, and we're about to cover the walls in vines in a little while. I'm not sure if we do that in this part or the next part, but it's happening pretty soon. I was very tempted to make the interior more modern and contemporary, all the furniture, and make those white doors bright red. But I decided because I don't do a whole lot of traditional builds, I would keep the furnishing quite traditional. But we do make the pool house outside a bit of a party house, and that's definitely the contemporary part of the home, as well as maybe a couple of the bedrooms will be more contemporary. I haven't done them all yet, so we'll see. I'm expecting to release all the parts of this, hopefully one after the other. Which means there will be slight hold up on LPs, but I just rather get it all out. So if you do want to go on to the next part straight away and see it kind of in one whole screening, you can. So hopefully that happens. As I said, I haven't finished it yet, so I'll just have to check. And I got up at 5:30 a.m. this morning. No, before that, like 5:15 this morning, because I had a 6 a.m. gym class. I'm trying to be really good going to the gym each morning with a friend, and my friend is very fit, and she goes to a class every day at 6 a.m., except for weekends. She doesn't always go. And so I'm going to be going with her to spin. Oh, we've already started finishing. To spin class, body attack, and pump. So yeah, I really enjoyed body attack today. It was really hard though. I think it was hard because it was 55 minutes of it. I think you can do a half-hour class. 55 minutes is hard, but you feel good afterwards. So this is kind of the interior floor plan, I guess, all done. I did that off camera just because it took me a long time to figure it out, and I just felt like you guys will probably see the floor plan in screenshots in the last part. We will do screenshots in the last part of this build. There's not really any point doing them now because some will probably change. And I'll do the grand reveal when it's finished. I'm also making the bathrooms more contemporary because I feel like it's quite common in a lot of more traditional homes to have really modern bathrooms. I don't know why it is. Maybe just because people like fresher looking bathrooms, or perhaps I don't know, they get their bathrooms renovated, because it's something you probably have to renovate. You probably have to renovate your bathroom and kitchen the most regularly out of all the rooms in a house, just because of all the plumbing and how much you use it, I'm guessing. So I went with contemporary bathrooms. And yeah, loving these curtains from the new Movie Hangout stuff pack. They're so pretty. I'm obsessed. And we do have a few contemporary items in the build. Like this fireplace is definitely not an old school fireplace like some of the other choices we had. This is a formal dining room. So we've done the breakfast dining area and we're using chairs from the Movie Hangout stuff pack. And that table was just not up to snuff. So we go with, we do change the entire color scheme of this room in a second. So if you're loving this, I'm sorry, it will be changed. Sozzles. And we kind of make it a more neutral browns and creams. And I know I can hear some of you guys just going, meow. But it suits the build, I think. I mean, that was kind of cool, but I just didn't like it. Me no like you, so we change it. And just lighten it up a little bit. Make it a little bit more warmer, perhaps. It was looking quite cold. So, yeah. Also, I'm a little bit frustrated with the filtering sometimes. That the filtering snaps back to no filter when you change from buy to build mode and from some items to other items. I think it's something The Sims, this is it, taking a more warmer color scheme. I think this is nicer in my personal opinion, and just suits the build better. But yeah, the filtering's a bit annoying. I might tweet The Sims and say, hi, if by chance you see this and want to pass on my message, feel welcome to. The filtering, you should be able to turn it off when you want to turn it off, I think. I think so. We've got this great... Oh, no, we haven't done the breakfast area. We completely changed the table because we actually go for a round table. And I bet you guys are thinking, there are no round tables in The Sims 4 unless you have custom content. And I don't do custom content just because I don't like it in my game for glitches and all of that jazz. Just don't like it messing with my game. And I generally don't like the aesthetic of custom content because I feel like it doesn't suit the game graphics, very often. That's just me. Some of it does, of course, but it's just not my thing. Although I have experimented with hairstyles in the past. But yeah, so I create a round table using the Move Objects cheat. I might just do a little cheat video on how to do that in case someone's Googling round tables, Sims 4. Just to help a buddy out. But yeah, I was watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and there was an episode that Bethany Frankel was in. Bethany Frankel, is that her name? She's from the New York one, but she came into The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and it was showing off her Hamptons house. And I think that's what inspired this, but she had a red kitchen, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I decided to kind of be inspired by that, and it's also very white. There's lots of white. And some of you guys would probably think it's a bit of an overkill, but I really like white interiors. I don't know. I'm into it. I couldn't have it myself because knowing me, I'd just derp all over the place and just leave marks everywhere. And derp all over the place. I don't mean doing number twos because I feel like that sounds like doozy derp. I don't know. My deli. But I just feel like I would drop stuff and accidentally get something on the couch and then on the floor, and then it just would look bad. So we're starting off here in a breakfast dining area. We have a nice rounded table taking shape now. We're going to change the color of the chairs and make it all nice. It's actually quite a big dining table. You can fit 8 Sims, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, you can fit 8 Sims there. And I'm actually quite interested to see if they do just sit around the table perfectly and eat off it. I hope they can, or if they'll be waving and saying, oh, I can't get there. I'm not sure, but hopefully it's fine and all good. I think it'll work. I have a feeling it will work, but this will have to be player tested. And if not, it's just easy to whack a different table in there. At least it's being creative, hey? Yeah, and I love that mirror above the fireplace. I think that looks really pretty and nice and simple. And I'm loving these trees, those green manicured hedge trees. They're so much fun. They just make every space look glamorous whenever you place them down, and great for weddings too, and parties in The Sims 4. Okay, this is when this area starts getting really, really white. So yeah. Yep, we're just going for it. I think I try putting a few hints of red here and there, but it's just not okay. And I tried putting the tiles on the back wall as well, but I just felt like it was better to have it just in the kitchen in the end, because that is a really easy way to separate the kitchen, or to kind of put a visual divider through the kitchen and the lounge room if the tiles are just kept to the kitchen area, if that makes any sense. We have a lot of mirrors in this house. I love that mirrored coffee table. It's so pretty. I hope we keep that there. I really do. I'm not sure if we do, but I hope we do. And in the next parts, we're just going to be pretty much furnishing the entire house. So we did this build quite quickly. Actually, the build came together surprisingly quickly. It's just furnishing the whole thing that's a real difficult time. I mean, I like it. I enjoy it. I love being experimental, but it is a big build. And the last big build I did was another mansion. So if you want to check out another big build, I have a modern mega mansion, I think I called it. It's one of my latest builds, and it's 2 parts. So you can check that out. And that was a mother trucker, probably bigger than this one, I'd say, and on a smaller block. So it was kind of built up, and I don't know if you're more into that modern look. I definitely prefer modern houses, but I think my favorite thing is when there's an old building that's been transformed into something modern and new. And I just think the creativity of building something new from the old is really, really cool. And being a graphic designer, I just love design, and I love contemporary design. And yeah, so I don't know, maybe I wish I could do it in The Sims. I would love to download a castle from the gallery, and like a Sims castle, and then make half of it contemporary. That would be really fun. Lots of fun. I will see. And I thought we already did this room. I'm so confused right now. I think I'm having a brain fart, because I swear we already did this. This is the normal lounge room. So it's going to have a lot of like neutral colors, and it's going to hopefully come together nicely. And it's got kind of, because it's such a big room, it had to have another loungy area too near the archways. So we actually added in some singular armchairs, and that's really nice. And yeah, this is pretty much the final color scheme. I liked giving it a more traditional vibe with that wallpaper that's striped and the yellowy colors, gold chandeliers, very traditional looking. And I love the brown leather armchairs. They're so cute. I like them. And we're going with more curved coffee tables. I find you need to make the color darker so that you don't get those weird, glitchy, blinking kind of lines in them. And I was trying to make a nice centerpiece in the middle of the table, but it wasn't really happening. My voice is gone. And I loved these plants kind of in a trio there, but when I did something, I think I might have moved a wall or changed some wallpaper, one of the plants disappeared, because I actually had to use the move objects cheat to stick it through the table and then lift it up with a 9 key. So it does disappear. Hopefully I'll remember to actually put it back in for screenshots and for when I upload it on the gallery. Because if you don't make any changes to build mode, it should actually stay there. And I was very stoked with that mirror in the corner of the chess table, that perfectly matches the wall color. I was just like, winning! Loved it. And we've got a nice little console table under the TV just here. Adds a little bit of height under the big gap that's underneath the TV, which I think was definitely needed because it was just looking a bit blank. And so this is pretty much the entrance room that you walk straight into. Very pretty, very high-end, I think. If that lounge room was in real life and I walked into it, I think I would think, wow, this is kind of fancy and huge. And I think, do we put some paintings in? No? I thought we did. The staircase just there goes up to the master suite. I'm going to call it the master suite because it's like a whole corner of the house. And I don't know, it's just where the rentals can just be. They can escape from the kids or anyone else in the household and just have their own time away. And this is a secondary living area that I was telling you guys about. So just kind of a little reading spot away from the TV. So there's lots of room. And that's kind of, I've always been interested in how people furnish really big rooms, especially lounge rooms, because for me, it seems so stupid to have such a big lounge room where you have to add more and more chairs in. And I've realized that's generally what people do. They'll make a second sitting area, which, whatever. Maybe it's handy. I don't know. I've never had one, so I wouldn't know how to utilize it. And this is an office area, very pink, very fabulous. And maybe that's for the lady of the house, perhaps. And just some nice white curtains there. And that's pretty much the whole thing coming together. So keep an eye out for the next few parts. They should be up in the next couple of days, I think. And I hope you are enjoying it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will speak to you soon.